Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for today, Tuesday, October the 15th. In terms of economic data, today we got the Empire State Manufacturing Index, and it came way lower than expected, minus 12 from 12 in the positive. We were expecting a little bit of a decrease to 3.8, but this number, I think, has a lot of things to do with today's sell-off. In terms of consumer inflation expectations, well, we are still at 3%, and consumer is not happy with this inflation, and their expectations is quite bad, honestly. Right now, hitting the wire, we have some news regarding Washington. They believe that it has received guarantees that Israel will not target Iran's nuclear or oil sites. These guarantees are not absolute, certain, and circumstances may change. Crude oil today it's minus 5%, pulling back like a lot, minus 4.30. But the main thing today is the kind of a tricky, nasty day that we got. We are still rejecting this inverse fair value gap. I think we rejected this first time, and in this second time I was quite confident that maybe we were going through towards this pivot up here at maybe 21,000, but the ES has some pullback. As you can see, we have a huge SMT up here. We have the ES doing all-time highs after all-time highs, and the Nasdaq it's really choppy, and it's doing a lower high. Apart from the Israel news, one of the key things today it's just Nvidia. It's 5%, basically because the US is still considering AI chip export restrictions, not only to China but to other countries. And I mean, AI, it's one of the benefits, and if Nvidia it's not getting revenue from those to all these countries, is going to adjust their expectations, their outlook, and this is heavy hitting the Nasdaq. Despite the fact that Apple reached all-time highs right here, 1.40 today, Apple, the 5% in the red in Nvidia, it's destroying the Nasdaq. ASML is minus 70%. The entire SMH, the semiconductor sector, it's minus 5%, ARM minus 7%, AMD minus 5%. So the Nasdaq is being hit because of AI, minus 1.20, and it has a lot of divergence price action than the ES. The ES is 0.40 and the Nasdaq is 1.20. And if we see the 1 hour chart, is just demolished. It's just demolishing. I took the one of the longs of the day during the overnight. I was certainly expecting a little bit more. We took this sell side liquidity. We got this beautiful short, the inverse fair value gap into the bullish fair value gap. This was an entry towards this 20,500, and I was waiting to see if we tapped exactly this 15-minute fair value gap, as we did. We tapped this from yesterday. Excuse me, we tapped this from yesterday, and we kind of bounced a bit, but this was during the overnight before this AI news of the AI exports appeared. So the setup was basically this breaker, low, high, lower, low, breaker. This was the breaker. We have also a bullish fair value gap tap right here, and we got also the consequent encroachment on the 15-minute fair value gap. So I took exactly this candle was the trigger. This was the entry on this candle, and the risk was pretty damn good. 6 points for 39 points towards these relative equal highs. I just wanted scalp. I just want to scalp. Risk reward ratio of 1 to 5.8, and we just continue higher until we tapped buy side liquidity of pre-market highs. And then this was one of the reasons why I was not trading anymore. As you can see, we chopped to the downside, we chopped to the upside, and I have these fibs in here. Both fibs were holding price, but this high, this low, and then this inverse being respected, the first inverse fair value gap into the change in the state of the delivery in this spot at 626 is just hell into the bulls. Bulls started getting liquidated after liquidation, and let's go to the 15-minute to really see the sell-off. It was pretty damn brutal. We are at Friday's levels at 400s, and we are even hesitating down here. This is not a structure I would like to take off long. So after this recap of the market open into this sell-off, let me just see what happens into the inverse fair value gap, because basically the week we are below the weekly and the daily inverse fair value gaps again, and we are below the last week high. So we are weak. We are weak. So I will need to see if this 1 hour is holding, this 15-minute order block is holding, and the consequent encroachment of this week it's holding, to really see if maybe we can bounce off this. But I mean, this candle, it's one heck of a red candle. So I would expect just rejection, manipulation higher, and then this kind of sell-off to continue, sadly, lower. And I had these levels, but I mean, I was wrong. I was expecting high pricing. The open interest on the ES was 40,000. And sometimes you just don't read the market well. And this is what happens today. Gladly, I took this scalp, and I am green on profits on the day. But this sell-off is just, I have to adapt to this change on the delivery, to adapt to this price action towards the rest of the week, because this thing is just pretty brutal. The Russell, it's 1% in the green. Financials are pretty good. It's just Nasdaq being hit really hard due to the AI stocks. Let's see what happens tomorrow and the rest of the week. That's all from my side. As always, thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I upload videos like this one every single day for market forecasts, market updates, and market recaps. I appreciate your time as always. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the views. And I hope you have it clear today. Patience, discipline, and overall risk management. Because in order to be successful in this industry, you have to really have that. Stay safe, everyone, and see you tomorrow.